Hi everybody. I'm going to open the session today by talking about a life experience, in fact, my school experience and how it changed my life. So you're probably saying to yourself, what, where, when, why, or maybe how? So I'm going to try and give you answers to those questions and we'll have a look at that together. So there you can see my school, Eveline High School, situated in Bulawayo, the second biggest town in Zimbabwe, as we call it now. Used to be called Southern Rhodesia, founded in 1896, in fact. It's a landlocked country with Zambia to the north, Mozambique, and South Africa and Botswana surrounding it too. So landlocked country, beautiful country, no entrance to the sea. Let's go and discover more. Here's a shot I took with a Google map showing Eveline High School, and this is the whole area it encompassed, in fact. The main entrance to the assembly hall down here on the left, going through to the reception with the forum and the outbuildings to the cultural and sports facilities. You can see them, fields. They had swimming pools, boarding schools, just an amazing setup. We'll look in more detail into all those. So let's look at some of the outbuildings together to give you some idea. This is the assembly hall. We used to meet up at 7:30 every morning to sing, and the headmistress would be on the stage with the teachers and the head girl, and she would give us the latest news. Then we've got the front entrance, which goes through to the head's office and the central forum. Here the classrooms were around the square forum, sheltered to keep us out of the rain during the rainy season. And the students used to go between the classrooms. The teachers would have their classrooms, and we used to do that in single file and silence. So there are the classrooms. It's almost like a monk's cloister, that sort of basic idea. Anyway, going through from the forum into the outbuildings towards the sports facilities and the music center. It was an amazing structure, and of course we had our own library, which was a wonderful place to go and have some peace and quiet to study in the afternoons. Eveline High School was a school which offered amazing activities. This is just some idea. The hockey team, diving team, we had our own swimming pool. Gymnastics team, we had our indoor gymnastic hall. Tennis team, we had our own tennis courts. Swimming, we had a swimming pool, of course. Basketball team, just an amazing sports structure. Everybody did sport in the afternoon. We stopped classes at 1 o'clock, had lunch, and went off to sport. It was just fabulous. Just carrying on with the amenities and the structure available, that are still available in the school. That was, by the way, founded in 1910. There was the Dramatic Society and the choirs, the gym dancing society, the annual Students' Report newsletter writing society, and of course this was headed by the headmistress. There she is, Miss Powell, surrounded by the prefects. We did so many things for so many associations. She loved animals. She took her dog with her to school, and so of course we did a lot for the SPCA in Bulawayo. Let's go through time, a little bit of history about this wonderful school, founded, as I said, in 1910 by Lady Evelyn Milton. There's a picture of her. She consented to the school bearing her name. In the beginning, there was a staff of 8. In 1970, when I left, there was a staff of 72. 207 pupils were enrolled in the beginning, and in 1917, when I left, we were over 1,000 pupils. So, Miss Langdon, who was the first headmistress, decided upon the school colors, and she chose Sulu pioneer colors. There's a picture of Sulu. He was a pioneer in southern Rhodesia at that time, and the colors she chose were brown and maroon, which she took from a faded purguri, that's a hatband, that was shown to her by one of the pioneers. Now, these colors were chosen because Eveline was a pioneer high school for girls under the Southern Rhodesian Education Department. And, of course, like many schools, Eveline had houses, just a little bit like Harry Potter, and uniforms, of course. The students wore a brown serge color. In winter, we had pleated skirt with a cream blouse, brown shoes, very strict, and brown stockings, of course. And in summer, fortunately, we wore blue cotton dresses with cream puffs and Peter Pan collar. It was in Borough Street, which is the area where most of the government schools were located. Here's a brief flashback in time. A picture there of the first buildings for Eveline High School in 1910. A lot of mud around, I think, no roads. People used to come in either on rickshaws or they didn't, maybe bicycles. They didn't have cars and things in those days. And so, well, you really had to be motivated to go to school, and everyone was. It was an amazing place, apparently. So, traditions have always been a big part of Eveline. We can read on the right column there how after the Titanic disaster, students used their skills to knit for the orphans of this terrible episode, and of course they also raised money for prisoners of war after the First World War, Save the Children Fund, children in Europe who were found to be homeless and sometimes orphans. It became a sort of an institution in helping others. It was part of the growth of the community. And Eveline always used to say, the school, well, they made the mothers of the nations. So, if to sum up, you could say the teachers were strict but dedicated and devoted to serve. They embraced common sense and, intelligence in that way, and thinking outside the box. And I think that these people shaped the lives of many in the development of wanting to learn constantly and to open the mind. So, have you asked yourself the question, has anything changed the way you look at life, your outlook in life? It would be interesting to know. Food for thought there.